Welcome back to another episode of Thump, your number one source for interesting content to feed your brain. Science is one of the greatest tools for expanding our understanding that mankind has ever devised. While it's reasonable to trust that science will eventually answer our unsolved questions, as of right now, there are plenty of simple questions that scientists just do not know the answer to. In today's video, we are going to be taking a look at 10 simple questions that baffle scientists. Let's get into it. Number 10. Why do we dream? Scientists and sleep experts know when people normally dream. Typically, you dream during the rapid eye movement, or REM portion of the sleep cycle. But researchers don't really know why you dream. It may be a way of reflecting or releasing on the stress of everyday life, or even an unconscious way of helping you unravel challenging experiences. Regardless of their purpose, dreams are a cornerstone of the human experience. They entertain and haunt us, and serve as reminders that our inner world is just as deep and strange as the exterior world all around us. Number 9. How can we eliminate cancer? Each year, more than 500,000 people die from various cancers in the United States alone. Cancer takes many forms and affects many parts of the body. But the hallmark of these diseases is the uncontrollable cell replication. Tumors expand and spread, ruining bodies and causing death. The myriad of variables and unique genetic makeup of humans makes some scientists doubt that we will ever have a cure for every type of cancer. There are just too many environmental assaults and minute bodily malfunctions for any one magic bullet to attack. However, the good news is that our perspective and treatment for cancers is evolving. Each year, we understand new aspects of the disease. Number 8. What happens when we die? The subject of the afterlife, or lack thereof, is one of the oldest questions troubling humankind. Will we all float off into eternal bliss? Will our consciousness merely vanish once our bodies have expired? Or will we all be reincarnated as angry hippos or fluffy cats? Scientists do understand the beginning stages of death. Your body cells begin to blink off one by one until your heart and brain cease activity. What happens after your brain clicks off, though, is still a complete mystery. Many people who have gone through near-death experiences and then come back to life speak about tunnels of light or flashbacks to life occurrences or conversations with loved ones who have passed away. This question is the one that just may never be answered. Number 7. Are we alone in the universe? Some may think that we are the only intelligent life forms in the universe. Other researchers say there's almost no way that Earth is the only headquarters for life, with the universe being infinite. There are some necessary requirements for life to arise. Not only does a planet need the right mix of elements and conditions, but there also has to be a spark that gives rise to living creatures. Then, of course, those creatures have to somehow evolve into beings with intelligence. In spite of those challenges, researchers at NASA think we may find traces of life in the next couple of decades. More powerful telescopes could be one key to finding it. Or it could be that life here is just a statistical aberration, an accident of the weirdest kind. Maybe this odd swamp of a planet really is a jewel of the universe, unduplicated and unlike any place else, anywhere. Number 6. Where does consciousness come from? We humans have an awareness of our surroundings and also ourselves. Our minds teem with inner conversations and questions about who we are and our purpose in the world. We are, as far as we know, the only creatures with this sort of active consciousness. We also have no idea where this consciousness comes from. Our brains, of course, are the central computers of our bodies, controlling the biological functions and helping us think our way through all of life's hoops and hurdles. But the brain is not the mind. Some religions explain consciousness as a gift from God, embedded into our bodies to guide us through this world. Scientists veer more towards biological origins. They see consciousness as a collection of biological processes that's built towards more complicated thinking that eventually accumulates in self-awareness. Number 5. How many species are on Earth? Earth is home to a dazzling array of creatures and plants. We'll never know how many different species roam our planet. There are just too many. But that doesn't stop scientists from trying to determine that elusive number. After generations of work, by some estimates, we've still only accounted for 1.5 million species, or around 15% of the total number. All of the numbers are simply statistical guesses, so we may never really know if they're accurate. Perhaps the bigger concern is that species seem to be disappearing at a rate faster than at any time since the dinosaurs vanished 65 million years ago. After all, if creatures are disappearing en masse, we humans could be next. Number 4. Is reality real? Human reality is a slippery concept. Anyone who wakes up from a vivid nightmare knows what it's like to feel stuck somewhere between a memory and a dream. Perhaps our eyes, ears, and sense of smell don't really tell the whole story about the reality all around us. Perhaps the things and people in our lives are merely illusions. How do we know that any of these objects and creatures actually exist? Maybe they're constructs of our own internal mechanisms, spawned by our subconscious for unknown purposes. Scientists and physicists aren't sure we'll ever understand the nature of reality. The deeper we delve into physics, the stranger the mechanics of our universe become. We keep discovering new particles and fundamental forces, from molecules to atoms, that drive our bodies and our world. It's entirely possible that the universe could be made up of dozens or thousands of dimensions that we will never experience in any direct way. Number 3. How did life begin? Our planet is teeming with trees, grasses, birds, and bees. It's also swarming with countless bacteria. All of it is life, and all of it reproduces to keep its kind alive. But how in the world did life begin in the first place? The short answer is, we don't know exactly how life originated. There's the off chance that 4 billion years ago, aliens dropped off a few microbes and let them run wild. And of course, many religions have supernatural explanations for life's origins. Try as they might, it's a mystery how bits of non-living parts assembled themselves into actual living creatures. It could be that we are as yet still ignorant of the characteristics that truly define life. Or maybe we're blind to the principles of physics that really make life tick. No matter the case, the search for life's origins will undoubtedly continue for a long while. Number 2. Is time travel possible? As science fiction concepts go, time travel is one of the most captivating. It's hard not to wonder what it would be like to zip back in history or peer forward into the future. As it turns out, time travel might not be fiction. It may be that we just haven't quite figured out how to make it work for us. One possibility is wormholes, which are bridges of a sort that could help people move through time and space. We could also try traveling at the speed of light, at which point your world slows down greatly compared to the one that you leave behind. Manipulating any of these scenarios may grant us the power to finally realize time travel. Even though we can figure out the science, there are numerous paradoxes that might make time travel unfeasible or downright dangerous. So for now, traveling in time is still simply the stuff of books and movies. Number 1. Is the universe truly infinite? When you look up on a dark night and see the uncountable stars scattered throughout the skies, it's easy to think of the universe as infinite. However, science can't really tell us yet whether the universe is infinite or finite. As with everything else, researchers do have theories. After analysing maps generated by observations made with a super powerful telescope in New Mexico, one group determined that the universe has an exceedingly flat floor plan. The survey was based on observations of only 1.2 million galaxies, which is a drop in the universal bucket. But it's a strong clue that our universe isn't sphere-shaped. So, is that flatness infinite? It's impossible to say. One reigning thought is that the Big Bang is causing the universe to constantly expand faster than the speed of light. Because we can't see beyond the speed of light, we'll never really know if there's an edge to the universe. That brings us to the end of today's video. Which simple question on this list surprised you the most that scientists cannot figure out? Do you know of any entries we left off our list? If so, get involved and let us know in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this upload, remember to hit the like button. Also, make sure to subscribe to Thump and click the notification bell to be kept up to date with all of our latest and greatest videos. Thanks for watching. See you again soon in another episode.